What are those?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Path to the Pitch, where ball is life. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and if you're new to the channel, thank you guys so much for stopping in and checking it out. So if you haven't known, I had an MCL injury for the last month and a half. I could barely walk. It was an unenjoyable time, and so now I'm coming back and I'm playing, and I'm gonna show you guys the steps I took to come back, as well as what is it like after playing and how do I feel. That's what this video is about. And I even got something super interesting and dope that if you're a classic member or just a lover of boots, all from all ages, you know, from the old school to the new school, I got something super interesting to show you. I found this at ARC, which is like Goodwill. These F50s, the purple ones. Classic color. Look at these. Beautiful. For futsal too, to say the least. These are an amazing shoe. I already wore them once, as you can see in the video. And let's talk on the other side. So what's up, people? As I said, I was going to talk about, you know, the things I did to come back a month and a half later. And also, you know, just the little baby steps for those who want to know, those that get hurt often and want to recover and come back stronger. There's a couple different things you can do. These are just things I've learned over time, as well as, you know, I took a class for kinesiology, so I learned a little bit about the body and the anatomy and understanding the types of things we should do. At the time, they did say that, hey, you know, we're going to use the ice method, which is, if you don't know, it's ice, compression, and elevation. That's what ICE stands for. It's where you're gonna put an ice pack on your leg, put it up, and that is the whole process. But the problem with that is it doesn't give us mobility. Now you need to get to the point, whatever injury you have, that you're able to walk, you know, even if it's with discomfort, you're still walking, right? So one of the things that I did was walk backwards on the treadmill. Why? Because the knees are one of the biggest things, along with the ankles, that athletes get hurt the most in. I at least have had 2 knee injuries in the 10 years I've been playing. So I think strengthening the knees is a huge thing that I think a lot of people don't work on. So this is one of the things I did. I just walked backwards on the treadmill. I saw a lot of people doing it at the gym as well. Yeah, the incline on it as well would definitely, which is, you know, I only do it with the incline on. That's when you're going to feel it the most. And imagine if you're sprinting on concrete, because we have AstroTurf on top. You know, that's not a good recipe for your knees. So I think walking backwards is one of the best things I did. That's the first thing I did, just slowly coming back into the recovery process of, you know, my knee. Another thing is just make sure that you're just taking your time. Don't go too fast at first, because it is a little intimidating, and, you know, you can get carried away. But that being said, let's move on to the next thing that I decided I wanted to do. So the next thing I decided to do was go in the pool. Those two things by themselves is really what separate, you know, being stagnant and moving with motion, right? We want to move with motion, come back normal again, not being discomfort because we haven't been moving and have no stability in our leg whatsoever. We want mobility, which gives us the accessibility to be able to move properly still. Putting stress on the joint, it really is going to make it easier for you to be more mobile. It's going to take a little bit of time for you to come back, but at least you're going to have an idea of you're getting better, because you're going to feel it every day. That's so those two things, and just really just testing how I feel every day. We're touching the ball and seeing what movements are feeling normal and which ones hurt really bad. And the ones that hurt really bad, I decided to do those specific motions in the pool. So each day that I would go to the pool, go backwards, and then go in the pool after that, you know, when I would get home, I would mess with the ball. And then if I did a specific move that made my knee feel really awkward and didn't feel comfortable or it hurt, I just went back to the pool and worked on it. Those are the two things that I did that allowed me to come back in a month and a half. I'm still feeling a little shaky, but I am able to play, not to my full potential. Obviously, after being out for a month and a half, all my fitness is gone. But, you know, just getting back into the rhythm now, just taking the time to get myself back to normal. So if you ever get injured, please don't be discouraged. Just push through it. You can do it. My homie Landon just got his ACL done, and I'm so proud of him for making that decision. You know, he's gonna be a wonderful baller when he comes back. And that being said, let's move on. So as we're wrapping up the video, I did come back from injury. This is the new team I'm playing with, a month and a half after injury. Just doing all the stuff that I told you guys in this video I did. And so the team I left was Victoria, which we're playing, and the team I'm playing with is Rovers FC, which is right there. This is a great play. I was over here trying to find space, find a nice little pocket to try to make a play off of. Almost worked out. Look at that. Boom. My touch was a little wide though. So my shot didn't really work out either. But that being said, I'm just really excited for the season. Ready to show you guys all the great things I've got going on. And, I'm going to tell you guys something real interesting. That guy right there in the last shot, the old guy, that was the president of Victoria. I heard him at Huddle, halftime, and he said really loud, he thinks he's better than you guys. Because, I left Victoria to go play with them because I wanted to go where I was appreciated and not tolerated. And he didn't really like to see that. So that just shows you guys, empower yourself. If you don't like where you are, you have every right and every ability to change that. But it starts with you. So, see you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you are injured, definitely hit the pool. That is something I would 100% recommend. And see you guys later.